thank the board for this opportunity to speak. I want to thank the board for this opportunity to appear. The Mount Ida situation is clearly urgent. I am deeply moved by the testimony that I have heard so far. I suspect everybody in this room is. I also have great confidence in the staff of the Department of Higher Education to deal with that aspect of the situation in a responsible way with the best interests of the students at heart. Given 3 minutes, I intend to address my remarks to the UMass acquisition of the Mount Ida campus. I want first to express my admiration for Chancellor Subaswamy, with whom I worked as commissioner. The job of any campus chancellor is to advance the interests of his institution, or her institution. There can be little question that a campus inside Route 128 will be helpful to Amherst. Swamy is doing his job. But the responsibility of the UMass trustees is to build an excellent system of public research universities. They must determine whether the benefits of this initiative for Amherst are not outweighed by the negative impacts on other campuses. It is not clear to me that this question has been answered or, to be honest, even asked.
That's right. That's right.
The duty of the Board of Higher Education is different still. The board has broad authority to oversee public higher education. They must assure that initiatives by any part of the system are more beneficial than harmful to public higher education as a whole. I would therefore encourage the board to examine Amherst plans in depth and to use both your statutory authority and your public platform to advance the best possible outcome for the system. I am ready to suspend judgment until the issues I have identified have been answered, but I have serious reservations. The college-going age cohort in Massachusetts is shrinking. Enrollments in our community colleges and state universities are in decline. Even at UMass, in-state undergraduate enrollments have been growing only slightly in recent years and have been level this past year. The last thing the public system needs is to add capacity to teach undergraduates, especially at the campus of the system least affected by demographic pressures, yet undergraduate enrollment expansion is one of Amherst's announced goals. The likely impact is the cannibalization of enrollments at UMass Boston.
That's right.
The likely impact is the cannibalization of enrollments at UMass Boston, at other public campuses in the area, and also at area private colleges and universities. Amherst has identified other uses for Mount Ida. It could house students on doing internships, be a home for online programming or executive education, facilitate faculty interactions with businesses, and host events. On the surface, however, these potential benefits do not seem to justify a 75-acre, fully equipped suburban campus so far from public transportation that Mount Ida runs a shuttle to Newton Center. For students on internships, a more conveniently located residential facility would be cheaper and more effective. You certainly don't need a 75-acre campus for online programs, the whole point of which is that they can be produced anywhere and broadcast anywhere. And you don't need a 75-acre campus to hold the occasional event or meeting with potential collaborators. So I am deeply skeptical. I question whether this plan makes financial sense, even for Amherst, unless it provides a setting for degree-granting instruction. But as I noted, I am not here to render a judgment. I do believe very strongly, however, that until the questions I have raised about the systemic effects of this proposal have been carefully addressed and thoughtfully answered by both the UMass Board and the Board of Higher Education, this plan should not be allowed to go forward. Thank you.
That's right.